Landlords are exiting the market, but the smart ones are doubling down. Headlines say small London landlords are selling up, and that's true. Tax changes, regulation overload, and rising costs have pushed many to the edge. But behind the noise, a different group of landlords is quietly staying profitable and even scaling. Today, I'm going to be breaking down why so many are quitting and what's really driving it, and why the smart ones aren't going anywhere. Let's start with the elephant in the room, Section 24. What it actually did. So it removed full mortgage interest relief, increased tax bills, especially for higher rate taxpayers. It turned paper profit into real tax liability. For small landlords with one or two properties, this alone wiped out margins. Regulation fatigue is absolutely real. Literally, death by 1,000 rules. It's not one regulation, it's the accumulation. This is what landlords are dealing with. It's constant compliance updates. It's licensing schemes, especially in London, that are constantly changing. Higher minimum standards, more admin, more risk, more stress. Many landlords didn't sign up for a full-time compliance job. This was meant to be passive. This was meant to be something that was a quiet investment that paid monthly. So why? Why are many small landlords deciding to exit? When I speak to landlords who sold, the reasons are consistent. And some of the exit triggers are shrinking net profit, increase in management stress, fear of making a costly mistake, poor agent support, and for many, selling felt safer than staying exposed. However, there is the other larger landlords, the smarter landlords, shall we call them, who are staying put, who didn't ignore the changes, they adapted. And here's what they did differently. They treated property like a business, restructured their portfolios, focused on net yield, not gross rent, upgraded their management. They didn't fight the system, they learned how to work within it. Professional management is no longer optional. In today's market, self-management is a liability for most landlords. Why professional management matters more now than ever. Compliance risk has real financial consequences. Poor tenant handling leads to disputes and arrears. Reactive maintenance kills margins. No data equals no optimization. Good management isn't a cost, it's a profit protection tool. Here's a quick case study of a single property landlord who stayed. So one property, before Section 24, before the impact hit hard, there was always the DIY management, frequent tenant turnover, net profit, let's say around £700 a month. After, once they switched to professional management, optimized rent and tenant profile, preventative maintenance was taken care of rather than waiting for the issues to occur, net profit was £1,000 a month. Same profit, same tax rules, better outcome. A single landlord who thinks that the rent is 1,000 has been guided to see that the rent was really more than what they thought it was. Case study 2. It's a HMO landlord who doubled down. So in this specific situation, HMOs is where many smart landlords repositioned their portfolios. Before it was a standard single let, It had high tax exposure, limited tax flow. After Section 24, and after converting to a compliant HMO, having professional management in place, licensing handled correctly, higher net cash flow despite the higher costs and the higher workload, it results in increased monthly net income, reduced risk through the systems that you have in place, long-term profitability. HMOs reward professionalism, not shortcuts. Every profitable landlord I reviewed had the same traits: shared characteristics, numbers-driven decisions, strategic thinking with a long-term mindset, strong management support, and they were looking for one thing, and that was long-term sustainability. Should small London landlords still be in the market? Honest answer: London isn't dead, but it's no longer forgiven. Low margins punish mistakes. Good strategy rewards discipline. If you're casual, London will push you out. If you're professional, London can still work. Yes, small landlords are leaving, but not because properties stopped working. They left because the game changed. The landlords who stayed, adapted, professionalized, and focused on net returns, they're the ones who are going to win. Like this video if it helped. Comment below. Are you considering selling, or are you going to be doubling down? And subscribe for real, no nonsense landlord insight. See you in the next one.